Jamaica's quarter miler Tiffany James has been sanctioned by the Athletics Integrity Unit. The 27-year-old James was handed a 2-year ban by the AIU in March. It's unclear what offence James was found guilty of, but nationwide sources state that the former Papine High standout was sanctioned for missed tests. James has been listed on the AIU website as one of 22 athletes sanctioned in March alone. Her ban will run through the rest of this year and most of 2025, and she will only be eligible again to compete on November 4, 2025. Four Jamaicans were among the record breakers at the recent Carifta Athletics Championships, which ended in Grenada yesterday. Nikai Bramwell posted a record 47.27 seconds to win the under-17 boys 400 meters, eclipsing the previous mark of 47.33 seconds. Robert Miller ran 42.19 seconds on his way to gold and the record in the under-17 boys 400 meters hurdles final. The game's record was 52.75 seconds. Meanwhile, Javonte Smith threw 18.80 meters on his way to gold and the record in the under-17 boys shot put. He bettered the previous mark of 17.42 meters. And Jada Robinson's 12.60 meters was good enough for gold and the record in the under-17 girls triple jump. Meanwhile, Jamaica secured its 38th straight hold on the Carifta Games title with 84 medals. These include 45 gold, 23 silver and 16 bronze. The Bahamas was next with 35 medals, 9 gold, 13 silver and 13 bronze. Trinidad and Tobago followed with 27 medals, 4 gold, 11 silver and 12 bronze. Host Grenada was the only other of the 20 countries to record a double-digit medal haul with 13. Team manager Shireen Richards says the top-class technical staff selected by the J3As ensured Jamaica's dominance of the games continued.
Mr. Dyke, Mr. Carr, Mr. Sergeant, Mr. Reed from Fogo Road, Mr. Wignall, they're all here, and Mr. Grant as well, working with the athletes. You have to remember, yes, they're coming out of champs. They have their coaches. Nobody's trying to change anything over a weekend, but we're trying to get them oiled and, we collaborate with their personal coaches to make sure that this is what they normally do. People warm up differently. The team is working pretty well together. I must say I'm enjoying the experience with these coaches. They're pretty easy to work with. And even though all of them are champions in their own right, they all gel well together, actually. And the athletes listen.
Shireen Richards. Next year's Carifta Games, the 52nd staging, is set for Trinidad and Tobago. Team Jamaica continued to make big moves in the Bahamas, where the 37th Carifta Swimming Championships are being held. Following their performance on Day 1 and Day 2, Team Jamaica had some outstanding swims last night, increasing their medal count to 31. 11 gold, 8 silver and 12 bronze. Yesterday's final began with the 200 meters individual medley series. Kia Alert won Jamaica's first medal of the evening in this event, silver in the 11 to 12 girls. Meanwhile, Alexandria Kugel copped the silver in the 13 to 14 girls. The evening continued with the 50 meters breaststroke series, where Alert and Kia Radcliffe dominated their age group categories, taking the gold in the 11 to 12 girls and 13 to 14 boys respectively. Sabrina Lynn captured the gold in the 18 and over girls category with a personal best of 32.54 seconds. Team Jamaica had outstanding swims in the 100 meters freestyle series, capturing 3 gold medals in this event. Alert won gold in a time of 1 minute 01.81 seconds. Kugel took the silver in a personal best of 1 minute 0.96 seconds. Nolan Barrett took the gold in the 13 to 14 boys category in a time of 54.546 seconds. His compatriot Matthew Kennedy placed third in 55.84 seconds. Lynn secured yet another goal with an easy win, clocking 56.69 seconds, a personal best. Relays for last night's finals included the 11 to 12 mixed 400 meters freestyle, where Jamaica won the silver medal. This was followed by the 800 meters freestyle relay series. The 13 to 14 boys gave spectators a shower of excitement in a close finish for the bronze, with Nolan Barrett touching the wall ahead of Aaron Sealal of Trinidad and Tobago. After 3 days of competition, Jamaica is fourth with 405 points, behind Trinidad and Tobago with 466, the Cayman Islands 495, and the home team Bahamas in first place with 804 points. Team manager Annalise Denny says the Jamaicans had to quickly adapt to the weather conditions.
Bahamas is quite chilly right now. Yeah. So a lot of the swimmers are a little cold and the water is much, much colder than we're accustomed to. So we've had a mixed bag of results in terms of best times. But the swimmers are pleased. The medals are beautiful and we're very excited by that. They're very big. They're in a box, a nice presentation box that has a lovely, logo on the front. And then in the velvet box, the medal is in there. The ribbon is tucked behind the medal where it's stored. And then on the front, there's an image of the dolphin with their logo for the competition. And they're just very beautiful.
Annalise Denny. The last day of competition in the pool began this morning with prelims, and tonight will complete this year's games with finals. Coach of Jamaica's senior women's cricket team, Shane Brooks, has high hopes for the 5 Jamaicans selected to the West Indies squad for the tour of Pakistan. These are Kate Wilmot, Shadeen Nation, Stefani Taylor, Chanel Henry, and Rashada Williams. This is Wilmot's first call-up to the senior team, while Nation was recalled to the team having missed out on the last tour to Australia in 2023. Jamaica won both the Women's Super 50 Cup and the T20 Blaze tournaments. Brooks says the players are in the best shape to bring glory to their region.
They are in good shape, they are in good form, so I'm expecting them to do well. I always support picking players when they are peaking and not waiting until they are not at their best. Currently, these ladies just come out of a tournament that they did well. They are, as I said, in the best condition, both mentally, physically, and technically they are in the best shape. So I'm expecting great things from them in Pakistan as they will be representing the region.
He says Wilmot was rewarded with her call-up to the senior team because of her commendable performance with her right-arm medium pace during the recent Super 50 Cup and T20 Blaze tournaments.
She was bowling fast in the trial games. She bowled fast in the practice games. But when she hit St. Kitts, her pace was simply amazing. Persons had to stop what they were doing and watch her bowl. She was shrubbing everybody with her pace. I had a talk with the West Indies women's coach and he was just amazed, and I was not surprised that because of how fast she was bowling, the control that she showed, I was not surprised she had her first selection to the West Indies senior team.
Shane Brooks. The Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League CPL and the Massive Women's Caribbean Premier League generated an economic impact of over $40 million for Barbados during the 2023 tournament. 2023 was the first time that the CPL had returned to Barbados since 2019 and the first time the country had hosted double CPL matches. There were 6 men's matches and 3 women's matches played in Barbados between August 30 and September 3, with the games taking place at the world-famous Kensington Oval. The total event impact is calculated by the world-renowned research organization YouGov Sport, with the final figure being based on a number of key metrics, including organizers and visitors' spends on island media, as well as the commercial value generated from the extensive global TV distribution. One of the main contributing elements was the CPL cohort, who were responsible for filling 10,951 hotel room nights in Barbados, made up by CPL's players, coaches, administrators, TV and media crews, team owner groups, league and franchise event management teams. Other visitors groups associated to the tournament also made a significant contribution to an online island spend during the tournament. Barbados also benefited from the tournament being broadcast around the world, with CPL's audience reaching 853.5 million total views in 2023. And finally, in basketball, Devin Booker scored 52 points as the Phoenix Suns beat the New Orleans Pelicans 124-111 to boost their chance of qualifying for the NBA playoffs. Phoenix are now just 1 game behind 6th place New Orleans, who occupy the final automatic playoff spot in the Western Conference. As things stand, Phoenix will enter the play-in tournament. The tournament determines the 4 remaining places in the postseason, with 2 teams progressing from each conference. Suns wins also means the 3rd place Minnesota Timberwolves are guaranteed a place in the playoffs. Elsewhere, Jason Tatum and Sam Hauser scored 25 points as the Boston Celtics, who have already secured top spot in the Eastern Conference, beat the Charlotte Hornets 118-104. The Orlando Magic held off a late rally from the Portland Trail Blazers to win 104-103 and stay in 5th place in the Eastern Conference. The Indiana Pacers remain on course for an automatic playoff spot in the East after beating the Brooklyn Nets 133-111. Tyrese Halliburton top scored with 27 points, and Jalen Smith added 17 off the bench as Indiana remained in 6th, 2 wins ahead of 7th place Miami Heat. Brooklyn stayed 11th and are all but eliminated from playoff contention. 10th place Atlanta Hawks won 113-101 at 9th place Chicago Bulls, with both teams on course for a place in the play-in tournament in the East.